What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have Shane Van Gisbergen's 2025 Chicago Street Race to Win Diecast here in the studio. Let's check it out. And we got the Diecast box in hand. Welcome to today's Diecast review. Fellas, we have a really cool car here in the studio. Check this one out. The Chicago Street Course Race to Win WeatherTech Chevrolet for SVG. I tell you what, man, this is probably going to be one of those hard to find diecast years from now. The Chicago Street Race, who knows if they're ever going to go back there. I think they will, but regardless, the legendary moment in 2023, trying getting that diecast, right, the race to win, and then coming back 2 years later to win that event. This could be a really popular car, I think, in the future. And he also won Watkins Glen in this paint scheme. I believe both of those diecasts released within, 2 weeks of each other. So if you're getting one of them, you might as well get both of them if available. The official name for it is WeatherTech Chicago Win, not Chicagoland. Hey, I love Chicagoland Speedway. I do believe there is a place we could have the Chicago Street and Chicago Land on the schedule, I think. Anyways, enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and get this diecast out of the box. And the diecast out of the box. Here is a closer look at this piece. And I tell you what, this thing is absolutely incredible. A huge fan of the WeatherTech paint schemes, right? Whether it's Connor Zilic, whether it's, Shane Van Gisbergen. They also had a WeatherTech car, I think, released in 2024. I believe it was Zane Smith in the NASCAR Authentics line. Anyways, though, this one being the Chicago Street Race to Win, it is going to be a very popular car, I feel like, years from now, man. I tell you, very cool looking paint scheme. So, go over to the front of the diecast. You have WeatherTech right there on the hood. I do notice some quality issues here. Unfortunately, you could see some bubbles on the hood of the diecast. What this is probably, what probably happened is when they were spraying the clear coat, whatever nozzle they were using spat onto the car. And what that really is just a concentrated amount of the matte finish they spray these things with that pretty much landed on the hood. That would be my best guess. I don't think this is actually a bubble. If it was, then it would be, three-dimensional. I think this is more or less just the clear coat. Unfortunately, the nozzle kind of, spat onto the car. So that does happen once in a blue moon. I ain't worried about it. Go over here to the front windscreen. You do have your windshield wiper and you have your sun visor strip, right? That is pretty sharp. You have WeatherTech. You have your hood louvers there. Go to the front end of the diecast, and this might be the best angle of the car. Check this out. You have day glow on the front splitter. You have the red 88 on the left side, Sunoco Rookie of the Year decal. You have Trackhouse Racing. Then you have the Red Bull headlight strip there, WeatherTech.com. And fortunately, since this paint scheme is a lightly colored car, that means all the dirt and grime, very easy to see. So that makes a good raced version diecast. Here's the bottom of the front splitter if you're curious. Sometimes they put a decal wrap there, sometimes they don't. Go over here to the left side of the car. Notice how far to the middle the 88 there is, the door number. That's pretty nice. You do have a little bit of maybe a miss on the wheel. I'm not sure. I think this one actually isn't painted, to be honest with you. I could be tripping because this one's definitely painted, right? But this one, I don't know. So I noticed on some of these wheels, so the way they do it is they don't actually paint where, the actual caliper and the hub would be. They only paint the what is actually exposed right here. I don't know if it's just a very fine mist of black paint, or not black paint, but a silver paint. But if I had to guess, they maybe put a non-painted wheel on there. I'm not sure. We're going to test this theory real quick with a Tyler Reddick car. So for context, 2311, they don't run metallic painted wheels. They literally just run gloss black wheels. Very old school stock car. Really good looking wheels, by the way. But you can definitely see some similarities. If I had to guess, whatever spray paint or paint they use on the wheels, it just didn't get to the wheel because there's a little bit of a shine to it. The Tyler Reddick one didn't have that. So I think a little bit of the paint got there, but nowhere near enough to actually make it look painted. I could be tripping on that. The other ones, if you're curious, see, this one does have a little bit of metallic to it, and that. I believe the way these wheels are done is they're not, well, what was the right word I'm trying to say? they're not painted individually on one axle. They're painted by the rim. I think that's the way they do it. So they might have like a set of them, and then they spray them, and then they put them in a bucket, and then they have a machine that puts a little rod, and then they heat and then tap the ends of the little axle, and that locks the wheels in, something like that. Anyways, you can see a little bit of the metallic paint on this side. So enough of me going on about a tire on there. I tend to ramble sometimes on this channel. Check out this. You have the exhaust port like burn there. That's pretty cool. You do have a little bit of rocker box damage with some, some physicality on the racetrack. Goodyear Cup Series. Get the metallic chrome number 88. Oh, that's cool. WeatherTech Quad Lock Safety Culture. Check this one out. You can even see where the fuel insert ring was covered up on the body panel of the car. This is being a pretty different style road course car. We'll be looking at the other side in a moment, but they might have been using the same car at, I don't know, COTA, right? Verbatim, the same chassis. And the way they make the next gen cars, you can patch that up and then swap it to whatever end you need to, I believe. You have SVG with is it New Zealand, right? Yeah, New Zealand flag. Then you have your race win sticker, Simeon's, and then Chevrolet with Wendy's. Tell you what, this diecast, it just showed up at Circle B about maybe, a good week and a half, right? I have no idea how many are left in stock, if it's even in stock. So if you're looking to get this diecast, you might as well pick it up. Use promo code Diecastbuffet, fellas. You'll get free shipping. Any order is $30 or more. And if you're watching this in the month of May, you'll get the free shipping. If it's not in the month of May, sorry, that, end of promotion. So tap in while you can and enjoy the free shipping. WeatherTech on the back panel here with Chevrolet, a little bit, some more scrapage there. That looks really sharp. Again, when you get these lighter painted cars, every bit of detail, I mean, even around the little fender well there, just little tiny scrapes. You have Red Bull gives you wings on the spoiler. That is pretty darn cool. I like that. That is pretty cool. You go over here to the right side of the diecast, and if this diecast is still in stock, the next one I'm about to mention, he also won the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race, technically Xfinity, because it was the last year of that. But he won that event, and it was in a Red Bull car / WeatherTech. You can pick up the raced version. I believe that one's still in stock. I think the clean variant of that car is not. So there's two variants there. And then there's even a Connor Zilisch edition of that paint scheme. It's like a combination event where like one half of the car is one sponsor and the other half's another. They're like kind of inverted, right? So really cool stuff. Tap in and see if those are still in stock. And then check this one out right here. You have more scrapage on the side, but then you have like this blue-purple smear. And if I had to guess, this is part of a tire pack or a wall, and it scraped the side of the car, and I guess it had maybe blue vinyl or some whatever on there. And that actually smeared onto the car. That is really, really cool stuff. Another thing I'm noticing here, maybe I'm tripping, is there an outline to the 88 here that looks pink? Am I tripping on that? I'm curious. Like, so you look at the 88 here. There's I don't know. Is there an outlining to it? It almost looks like there's a pink outlining to it. I have no idea. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. You have another slight donut mark on the rocker box. You have, of course, your exhaust burn marks there. And then you go over here to the top of the diecast, the red 88. I like the black roof rails. It looks very sharp. WeatherTech, Van Gisbergen, and then WeatherTech once again. And a cool tradition in 2025 they did for, I believe, all of the SVG paint schemes is the Red Bull gives you wings decal right there on the deck lid. What an awesome diecast, man. I tell you, these SVG diecasts, whenever they release them, man, they're pretty darn popular. Get them while you can. I just noticed the box design was not in the studio, so forgive me for that. Go ahead and pop that right here. We're going to show some other diecasts before we head out here. Again, I want to say thank y'all for watching the video. Greatly appreciate it, fellas. How about this one right here? Another Shane Van Gisbergen diecast. This is the Wendy's Breakfast Baconator car. Ran in the playoffs in 2025. That is another brand new diecast that recently came out. And check this one out here. First 2026 Chevrolet, brand new diecast, brand new tooling. You can see a little bit of the difference with the nose and tail. It's really cool. Check it out. All the Hendrick paint schemes have been released at Circle B. They might not be in stock. I don't know. Get them while you can. That is another great piece. And we'll end the video with, let's see, a couple more race to win diecasts. How about this? William Byron, Iowa race to win. Daytona 400, Ryan Blaney race to win. And one of my favorite ones of 2025, Dover, Denny Hamlin race to win. Yes, that's 2025, not 2026. I know he just won Dover in like the same paint scheme at the same racetrack. No, that diecast didn't get made in 3 days. Anyways, that's all for now. Thank you all again for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. DB signing off.